being Black in white America is already stressful enough. And, instead of allowing hypertension and high blood pressure and kappas to really, stress us out and kill us, we need to find ways to alleviate some of that stress. One thing that I've developed, I guess over the past few years, that has definitely been a vital way of alleviating stress, is just calling the cops on random white people. I discovered this very valuable form of self-care a few months ago when a person's car was parked in front of my garage. And so I did some quick reconnaissance on the car that led me to believe that this person was white. I saw that it was an older BMW. It had a ski rack. I saw an empty bottle of mayonnaise in the backseat, but I had to leave the house to do something. So I went up and down the block, asked people if that car belonged to them or maybe belonged to a person who was visiting them. And people said they didn't know, whose car that was. The only thing I could do at that point was call the police. It's almost like this whole new world. Like I feel like Aladdin, where I'm just discovering all these different ways to call the cops on white people. A white person in the elevator standing too close to you, call the cops. A barista takes a bit too long to get your order ready, or maybe mispronounces your name.
I got a caramel macchiato for Damon.
Call the cops. A white person walks up to you and says hi.
Hi.
Call the cops. A white person walks up to you, doesn't say hi. Call the cops. That white person didn't say hi to me. He's suspicious. There are so many different ways and so many different white people out there that you can call the cops on. There's 300 million people in America, and 200 million of them I think are white. My stats might be off, I don't know. So that's 200 million white people you could call the cops on. You could live for 75 years and do that and not have to call the cops on a single white person twice. Now, of course, there are some very, important drawbacks. Most prominently is that if you call the police on a white person as a Black person, when the police come, they might just take your ass to jail. This can be very addictive, where you just get so addicted to and attracted to and infatuated with calling the cops on white people that you don't even do anything else. You're just sitting home on your porch just waiting for white people to walk past just to call the cops on them. You're not going to work, you're not going to the bathroom, you're not eating anything. You're just sitting there waiting for Becky to walk by or Brad to walk by just so you could call the cops on their ass. America's national pastime is still baseball, but mine is calling the cops on white people. And maybe it could be yours too. It doesn't even have to be a white person you know. It could just be a white person in the street, minding their white business, crossing the street, reading a newspaper, eating some couscous, whatever.